Oh my goodness, it's cold. It's like a hug from my ex-wife. I was never married. The joke works better like that. Come on, you gotta give some creative freedom. Jokes are usually inappropriate. They can't just be all poo poo pee pee caca doo doo. Knock knock. Let's regulate humor. Okay. Good luck with that. Happy Friday. It's 5:08 a.m. here in Boston, Massachusetts, United States of America, North America, planet Earth, Solar System, outer spiral arm, Milky Way galaxy, Andromeda supercluster of local galaxy clusters, known universe, somewhere among yet to be realized multiverse of possibilities. Let me unzip a little bit, eject some of this body heat. Yeah, it's 43 degrees out. It's not going to get over 60 degrees today. It's a high of 59. Whew, I am fucking tired. I went to bed early last night. I went to bed at 6. I went right to sleep. I woke up at 8 to go pee. It was hard to get back to sleep, but I did. But then it was like this on again, off again sleep thing. I'm having some kind of trouble with my abdomen. I think I pulled a muscle. Hopefully I didn't re-aggravate my hernia. And then to top it all off, I got this awful Charlie horse in my left calf. It kept waking me up too. It's like, oh, come on. I have friends from out of town in town. And I don't know if I can even do it tonight. I'm already so exhausted. I haven't even gotten to work yet, but I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Rene Rancourt, used to sing the national anthem at Bruins games, and he'd do that. We call it a stump pump. And they would just salute the crowd, and we would roar. It is Gratitude Show time in the morning. It's Friday, so that means it's Apolitically Incorrect Friday. Welcome to Sully Got an Abortion. It's none of your business, to be honest, if I did or not. But thought about, doing a little bit of more focused subject today. Oh man, and I'm just so low energy. Oh, I might go home sick today just because it's I'm just not feeling it, man. Oh man. I am grateful and blessed for my family, my friends, my faith, my freedom, my health, my union job, a good night's sleep, and a solid breakfast. My family, my friends, my faith, my freedom, my health, my union job, a good night's sleep, and a solid breakfast. That's 8. My foundation, 8. And from there, I elaborate and I add to that. And gratitude's been one of the most helpful things in my life. Oh yeah, it's like I got this stitch in my side. And I'm like, oh, I hope everything's okay. Because I'm getting old. But yeah, I mean, so it's Apolitically Incorrect Friday, where, and it's an election year. So everyone's going crazy. You get the left fighting the right and getting all of their piss. They're pissing, they're pissing in the wind, and they're just getting it all over on us. Everyone in the middle. I mean, but both sides are determined to win, and we will see who the victor is in December. There's something weird about that, It's just like, oh, we won't have all the ballots counted until days or weeks after. I'm like, no. Who are you trying to fool? Seriously. We're supposed to be like one of the most technologically advanced countries and societies in all of civilization and history. That's just, are you seriously trying to, not only are you trying to sell us on Kamala Harris, you're trying to fucking convince us of that too? You gotta be kidding me. But one of the big things is just like women versus men, and it's just like childless cat women and versus the rest of humanity. I mean, I always boil it down to, sure, that's great, it's cute and all, but like, you think you're gonna convince the Muslims in the Middle East or the Chinese? I don't think so. Why don't you go try to change their minds first? I know. I mean, I sound a lot more right wing than I actually am. It's just more of like, at least the Republicans and conservatives are not disappointing me. They were never supposed to be here. I mean, they're not heroes in a way. I mean, Democrats and progressives and leftists have really just scared the shit out of me. You have a candidate who doesn't respect the First or Second Amendments, and you have to take an oath to defend the Constitution. Wow, you're asking for a lot. But speaking of amendments, let's talk about the 14th Amendment. In 1868, the 14th Amendment was established and ratified. It was in the Reconstruction phase of post-Civil War America. And what this did was made civil rights and equality for all citizens. And now this has been the precedent for many cases. Okay, let's stick a pin in that. Now in 2022, Roe versus Wade, after 50 years, got overturned. And that's been like the rallying cry of many women and progressives and Democrats. And it is kind of unfair. I mean, you can't put the toothpaste back in that tube. Seriously, you can't unring that bell. It's kind of like atomic energy. I mean, like, like, what do we do now? Well, you just got to get used to it, huh? Seriously, if you don't want an abortion, don't get one. If you think those people are murderers and sinners, that's between them and God. If you're a Christian person, that's don't worry about it. Just raise your family and your morals and your values, and hopefully they won't have to make choices such as that. But Roe versus Wade was settled by the Supreme Court in early 1973, okay? And it's been the law of the land protecting women's right to choose. And this was based on medical privacy. There was a precedent. In 1965, there was something called Griswold versus Connecticut. And this was about a married couple's right to get contraceptives from their doctor. And that the government did not have a right to interfere with the married couple's privacy to use contraceptives. Okay? That is the precedent for Roe versus Wade. Now, Roe versus Wade is not based upon the 14th Amendment. It's not based upon equal protection. around the same time that Roe versus Wade was being hashed about, there was another case, just as important too. And it was litigated by eventual Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who didn't really think that Roe versus Wade was a very strong thing. It was actually, I agree with Ruth Bader Ginsburg that it was a really crappy piece of legislation that was just waiting to topple over something like this. There was a 1971 case called Struck versus the Department of Defense. An Air Force captain named Susan Struck. She was a nurse, a captain in the Air Force. She got pregnant. And according to Air Force regulations, she had to have either gotten an abortion or resign her commission. And have to quit the Air Force. I mean, look it up. Struck versus the Department of Defense, 1971. Ruth Bader Ginsburg was part of that case, and that was based in the 14th Amendment about equal protection. Now, eventually, Bader Ginsburg got a stay that Captain Struck was not dismissed from her position, and then eventually it became moot. It didn't go to the Supreme Court because it was a moot case. The Air Force changed their policy because the argument was made that, men have the ability to become fathers and stay in the Air Force. So you're picking on women. Why? Where's the equal protection here? So that was based in the 14th Amendment. So buttons, as Ma says. Ruth Bader Ginsburg thought that Struck versus the Department of Defense was the stronger thing to base upon abortion rights because it was women-centered. Roe versus Wade was centered on basically your physician's right to carry out that procedure and medical privacy as well. Now, if we remember back in 2020 with COVID and lockdowns, compelled vaccinations, vaccination passports, vaccination cards, that medical privacy was starting to be eroding. So I see that the toppling of Roe versus Wade only like a little bit has to do with your right to choose, or to put women down, or to make that Christian conservatives, some kind of law of the land. I see it more. This is just me, Eric O'Sullivan, from the South Boston Projects, erudite, semi-educated, semi-literate, high school graduate with 1 year of college education. This is how I see it from my cheap seats. That Roe versus Wade was basically toppled to erode medical privacy. And that eventually, 1965's Griswold versus Connecticut, that's probably going to go too. I honestly thought that Roe versus Wade was going to stay because of the precedent of Griswold versus Connecticut was so strong that, it's untouchable. It's Teflon. It's you can't harm it. Well, I was wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again, and I was wrong then, and I was wrong on that one. But bringing it back to Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Struck versus Department of Defense. I mean, that is based on your human rights of equality, on the 14th Amendment right that provides equal protection. And that would have been the stronger thing to base abortion rights on. And now all the pieces of that puzzle are just lying there, waiting for someone to assemble them and use them and get back what was taken away from you. It wasn't really taken away from you, because even former President Trump says the power has gone back to the states on that one. And it's kind of scary because now we have weird laws on both sides. One side wants to imprison you if you cross state borders to get a procedure done. And other people want up to the 9th month. But that is the cost. That's kind of like free speech, too. You have to allow free speech. Well, you have to allow a woman's right to choose. I don't have answers. All I have are more questions. If it was up to me, I would make a quorum of all American citizen women and let them decide. Because, having a child affects a woman's life. It changes a woman's life. There's just so much to it. And that, Bader Ginsburg argued that the right to have a safe abortion is critical for a woman to achieve the full breadth of their citizenship, of their potential. I agree with that. I agree with Bader Ginsburg on this 110%. I couldn't have said it better myself. Did you even know about Strzok versus the Department of Defense? I mean, look it up. It's really interesting. So, I get it. Oh wow, you riled up a bunch of emotional women. Sorry, there's I get it. What are you gonna do? Scream until you get your way? It's not gonna work that way. What's gonna work is establishing a better case. It's something a bit more airtight, and something that's based in the 14th Amendment. And it's really hard to take Kamala Harris seriously. It's equally hard to take Donald Trump seriously. Trust me, I am not a Trump voter. I get it. This is the best you can do, Trump and Harris. I feel so bad for my Republican friends that you have to rally behind that demagogue. I feel so bad for my Democratic friends that you have to rally behind that individual, that human, that just no. No, geez, this is a Hobson's choice. It's like what my stepfather said to me my first stepfather said to me as a kid. You can go to the store, pick me up a pack of smokes and keep the change, or you can go to the store, pick me up my smokes and give me back my change. Did I drop my hat? No. Thank goodness. That's from Ireland. It's a wool cap. So I don't have answers. All I have are more questions. This is Apolitically Incorrect Friday on the Gratitude Show. I am grateful and blessed that I'm a man. I don't have to worry about that shit. I'm grateful and blessed, that feminism and Roe versus Wade has kind of protected me as well. Where I would have had I probably, looking back on it now, that I would have had a 26-year-old daughter. That's personal. I don't need to share that with you. But I'm saying it. And I don't know if it was a boy or a girl. Who knows? I'm just, I'm just saying, But a lot of us can share this story. A lot of us can share this experience. And that's something that I think about a lot. Especially now, going into my 52nd year. No wife, no ex-wife, no kids. Was that my one opportunity? Was that my opportunity? I probably have plenty more opportunities. I shouldn't dwell on it. And that's very personal. And, I don't have to share that. But I did anyway. And it's none of your business. And it's none of your business whomever chooses that right to choose. That's not going to affect your life. If it affects your life, if you're like the man beating your chest saying like, oh, my girlfriend's going to kill our child. There's probably more to that story than just, the hurt feelings. I'm sorry, I don't have answers. All I have are more questions. Yeah, apolitically incorrect. Apolitically incorrect Friday. But you're not going to get Roe versus Wade back, ladies. But what you can do is rebuild something. I mean, how many times have friends told me after breakups, well, you just got to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and reassemble your life and get on living and do something better next time. That applies to me, but not you? Are you kidding me? Sorry, ladies. Do better. And fight. Keep fighting. And establish something that's based in the 14th Amendment, not on medical privacy, because medical privacy is being eroded. But your right to equality under the Constitution, that's a little different. Oh boy, yeah. Oh gosh, I hope I'm okay. This weird pain in my side, and it makes it hard to sleep. And I lost my mom 3 months ago to cancer, and now I'm like, oh God, it's coming for me too. Well, if it does, it does. That just means my time's up. Maybe I pulled something. I had a hernia surgery literally a year ago. And I'm thinking like, oh, did I pull something? Because I'm a chef. I'm a professional chef. Like 50-pound bags of onions are the fact of life. It's an occupational hazard. And I picked up a half bag of onions yesterday. So that's about 25 to 30 pounds. But still, it's like, I feel like I strained something, and I'm hoping it's just a muscle pull. But I am grateful and blessed that I have a doctor, and I can call them and be like, can you please check me out? Am I okay? Oh, and then this fucking Charlie horse that I had in my calf last night. There's only 9 people on this subway car. First car of the day. First subway of the day. Ugh. I'm already tired. Oh, man. Oh, my buddy didn't... My buddy without the headphones isn't here today. I could have had my regular seat. That's okay. Haha, we're gonna get it right this time. Watch. See? Ah! But thank you so much. I am grateful and blessed for everyone that tunes in. I am grateful and blessed for my weekend. I am grateful and blessed that I have friends who are I was like, wow, Lisa, I've known you for 30 years. Big part of our lives, and just like I'm grateful and blessed for that. And let me know in the comments section what you're grateful and blessed for. I'd like to know. There will be the Sunday live stream, the Super Sully's the Super Sully Sunday stream, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern on Sunday. Tune in, and we'll review some comic books and talk some pop culture and sci-fi. And I just want to get through this day and go home and go back to bed. Not even thinking about having a pint of Guinness, which is my Friday right. Oh, boy. And ladies, I mean, seriously, I root for you. I believe in you. I love you. I wish one would love me. The woman in my life who loved me the most died 3 months ago. She's irreplaceable. Yet, I have hope that, of the 8 billion people on this planet, 4 billion of them are women. And hopefully, one will see something special in me. Yeah, I don't know. But I believe in women. I don't believe all women. I grew up in the projects. Seriously, it's like y'all forgot about lying bitches. Seriously, what the fuck? Take your head out of your asses. But I do believe in women. I believe in women's right to choose. And it is a sticky situation, and it's hard to litigate. And, but I mean, seriously, equal protection it is what it is. All right. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. We will see you again with more videos. And you have a wonderful weekend. And just making sure this guy's not trying to rule me. Keep my head in a swivel. Come on. It's all good. Oh, boy. I need a cup of coffee. Maybe something with some sugar. Oh, gosh. I don't want to. Oh, I've gained so much weight. But I'm grateful and blessed. I remain grateful and blessed. Thank you for tuning in to Apolitically Incorrect Friday. This has been Sully Gets an Abortion, the ABC After School special. All righty. You have a great day. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. And we will see you again with more videos. Ciao. Bye-bye.